Alrighty, a team and a coach that we definitely are not kind of, rooting for or kind of cannot even see success this season is the Lions. And every time we hear about this man, it just gets worse and worse and worse, folks. So here we go. Lions coach Dan Campbell begs for a pet lion to motivate his squad to win. Dan Campbell, man, this is exactly why we don't want him as the head coach. He's still kind of stuck in the role of motivation and just trying to kind of hype up the squad, and that's not kind of the role of the head coach. That's why he makes such a good defensive coordinator, because that's kind of what you have to do on defense. Motivate your guys. You have to get those guys, the linebackers, the corners, the safeties, you have to get them motivated to literally ram their entire bodies into other full-grown men's bodies going tens of miles an hour, fast-paced cross over the middle, that you have to go and sacrifice your body to make sure that that wide receiver or tight end, whoever is catching that ball, doesn't catch the ball. And if they do catch it, now it's your job to dislodge the ball. So you really have to, create your own momentum for these defensive players. So that's why we like Dan Campbell. That's why we liked Robert Saleh as defensive coordinators, because that's the shtick of the job, folks, to get everybody hyped, to be kind of that, big old juice head on the sideline going crazy, jumping up and down, yelling, screaming throughout the entire game. That is kind of a role of the defensive coordinator, but that's not the role of the head coach. And Dan Campbell is still in this mindset of, hey, I got to be kind of this energy guy. I got to get everybody motivated, and that's the only thing that he is that's the only thing that he is doing as a head coach. So these are some quotes from Dan Campbell. So here we go. New Detroit Lions coach Dan Campbell is pleading with team execs to allow him to walk around the facilities with a real-life lion, saying he's dead serious about adopting a big cat. Quote, I would love to literally just have a pet lion, just a legit pet lion on a chain, a big ass chain. The 45-year-old coach explained the thought process on Barstool Sports' Part of My Take podcast last week, saying he believes the animal could help motivate his squad to win games. And folks, no, that's not gonna motivate grown men, folks. You could get away with bringing a lion out to high school football. I mean, those kids would eat that up all day. College, they would probably still eat it up all day. Like if the Penn State Nittany Lions, if they brought an actual lion out there, you could get a couple of games out of there. But when we're talking about, grown men, in their late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, early 40s, like Tom Brady, this shtick, this kind of gimmick is not going to work. The players are going to see right through that, and there's no such substance in this kind of act past like a one day of just pure shock value. And then after that, it's like, this man is still carrying around this lion on that big old chain. I mean, we're like 4 months into the season, or like 4 weeks into the season, and they're like, this man still got the lion out here. We are 0-4, and this man still we're 0-4, and this man is still walking around with the lion. The lion does not work, Dan Campbell, okay? It's never going to work. This is why you've never been a head coach, and this is why we really think this is an experimental head coaching kind of hire, and it's still not going to work out. But he gets more quotes here. Let's read them. Here we go. Quote, he really is my pet. We just walk around the building. We go out to practice. We're in 7-on-7. We're behind the kicker when he's kicking. There we are. That's what Dan Campbell wants to do. Just hide in the background with the pet lion menacing over his entire team. And that's supposed to get them motivated for some reason. Campbell added, quote, I mean, think about it. It'd be outstanding. Maybe the first day, but this is what we're talking about, that shtick, that gimmick. That's what defensive coordinators do. You can't really do that as a head coach. And I mean, you're just going to be walking around with the pet lion all 17 weeks of the NFL season. What if you go 0-15? You're still going to have that lion. Everyone's going to be like, can you put away the damn lion, please? It's not working, Dan Campbell. Teach us, coach us. You're the head coach. You're distracted by the lion 24/7 out in practice. Jared Goff's trying to learn out here, okay? He's trying to get revenge of Sean McVay. A lion and intimidating everybody, knowing that if he gets off that chain, it's game over for everybody out on that field. And Jared Goff does not want that lion getting into the way of his revenge season where he has to go and prove Sean McVay wrong this year. So I hate this Dan Campbell. Every time he opens his mouth, we like this man. It's not that we like him less. It's not personal. It's just kind of what has worked in this league for years and years and years, what has not worked in this league for years and years and years. And Dan Campbell is someone that's not going to work as a head coach. And, we just keep getting all these kind of thoughts and quotes about it. And every time he opens his mouth, it's unfortunate, but, we have to kind of drop him, and our expectations just keep getting lower and lower and lower. We knew this was a bad hire right from the rip. We know this man's history. No head coaching experience. Was the interim head coach for the Dolphins. Defensive coordinator. I think it was a tight ends coach, maybe assistant head coach with that Saints team. And it's just what are we doing out here? It's just, this is not what the head coach should be doing. And, by all means, do whatever you think is going to win, but this is not going to generate wins. This is not how the head coach, and I don't want to say, this isn't how the head coach is supposed to act. They're supposed to be, buttoned up. I don't care about that, but this kind of nonsense, it's not going to win the respect of the team in general. Yes, it gets the defensive players hyped for maybe a game, a series or two, but that's the shtick of a defensive coordinator. All right, anything else Dan Campbell's saying here that maybe will convince us into thinking this is a good idea? All right, Campbell says he's approached team owner Sheila Ford about the plan. Oh, no. You went up to the owner of the team? If this is just a joke that, you were just throwing out there for the podcast, that's fine. I can understand that. But if you actually think this is a good plan, and then you go to the owner of the team trying to get a lion, and she's like, we hired this. Who hired? Whose decision? Because nobody notified me that y'all were big on Dan Campbell, and this man is asking me for a lion now. The hell is going on? Go back down to the team. Do you know that we have not had like a winning season in forever? We're coming off Matt Patricia. Please, Dan Campbell, be a good head coach. Not another failed experimental hire that this Lions team just keeps on doing over and over and over and over and over again. Campbell says he's approached the team owner, Sheila Ford, about the plan, but sadly, he admitted there might be too many issues with it all to make it actually happen. Oh, you think? Quote, the problem, I don't know if PETA is going to allow that, Campbell said. Quote, that's going to be hard. Well, yes, Dan Campbell, getting an actual lion is not easy. That's why nobody has lions. So that's where we're at with Dan Campbell. If you're a Lions fan, I'm sorry. I'm truly just sorry, man. Like another disastrous year with the disastrous head coach, and you just see it, and you can't do anything about it. He's there. He's gonna be there for the entire year. It's his first year. No head coach gets fired year one. Even Adam Gase never got fired year one with the Dolphins or the Jets. So expect 2 or 3 years of Dan Campbell trying to make it work, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't work, folks.